I'm here.
Yes, sir, you are here. We'll starting soon. Jyoti ma'am?
Yes, sir, I'm starting in a while. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Sir. Ma'am, please start.
Yes, I'm starting, sir. So, good evening, everyone, respected dignitaries, hospitality experts, academicians, and
I
dear
can't hear you.
participants. It is my privilege to welcome you to day 4 of Atal Faculty Development Program, Flame to Feast, organized by Faculty of Hotel Management at Pcte Group of Institutes. A gentle reminder about the program guidelines: ensure at least 80% of attendance to qualify for certification, achieve a minimum of 70% in assessment to be eligible, and submit the daily feedback promptly. Thank you. Over the past 3 days, we have embarked on a journey of culinary discovery, diving into the vast and flavorful world of gastronomy, guided by some of most distinguished experts in the field. Let us first reflect briefly on the session that have brought us here. Highlights from session 1 to 5. Session 1, Chef T.K. Razdan. He began with the insightful introduction to culinary arts by Chef T.K. Razdan. We have he has shared his expertise on various cooking methods and their practical application in the hospitality industry, setting the tone for this enriching program. Session 2, Chef Anirban Gupta. Chef Gupta explored the diversity of Indian cuisine and its significance in global menu planning, giving us deeper understanding of Indian gastronomy, cultural, and global influence. Session 3, Chef Brigade Kumar from Singapore. She transported us to the world of Anglo-Indian cuisine, offered a historical perspective on its evolution and its modern-day relevance. Session 4, Dr. Sherry Kurian. Dr. Kurian unveiled the hidden treasure of Keralian cuisine, showcasing its unique flavor, seasonal ingredients, and cultural depth. Session 5th, Chef Gunjan Goila. Chef Goila enlightened us on green cuisine, emphasizing sustainable cooking practices and eco-conscious culinary innovations. Session 6, Dr. Abhay Chamoli session highlighted the role of branding hill cuisine in promoting sustainable food tourism with a focus the farm to table movement, regional ingredients, and storytelling. Dr. Chamoli demonstrated how these practices can empower local communities and enhance tourism experiences. These sessions have already expanded our culinary horizons, and today's promise will be equally enriching. Today's special session, our focus today shifts to intersection of sustainability, innovation, and tradition with two captivating seasons. Session 7, Future Trend and Satvik Cuisine with Chef Nishant Chaube. Our first session of the day features the celebrity chef Nishant Chaube, founder of Bhanas and trailblazer in modern culinary trends. Chef Nishant Chaube has been honored as Independent Chef of the Year 2024 by the Hospitality Horizon Top Chef Award. Additionally, he earned gold in two prestigious categories: Chef of the Year institutional, and Chef of Year Progressive. At the recent Conclude the Gourmet Fest 2024, with over 2 decades of culinary excellence, Chef Nishant has established himself as a global culinary icon. A staunch advocate of sustainable practices and deeply inspired by ancient Ayurveda, he began his illustrious career at the Oberoi Hotel. Chef Nishant redefined his skill during 3 years tenure at Medinat Jumeirah, Dubai, excelling in specialty restaurants such as Pcte Segreto at Khaymat. As a pivotal member of pre-opening teams for Rosette Hotel from Dusit Devrana, and Olive Bar and Kitchen, he set new benchmark in culinary innovation and standards. His training at esteemed John Fowles Culinary Institute in Louisiana further reinforced his dedication to sustainable gastronomy. Under the mentorship of Dr. Pushpesh Pant, the legendary Padma Shri awardee for food historian Chef Nishant has elevated his elevated his understanding for culinary traditions. A globally recognized figure, Chef Nishant has served as a consulting chef for Michelin Plated Indus, Bangkok, and collaborated with a host of renowned establishments, including Satvik, New Delhi, Senian Group, Tokyo, Misa Kitchen and Bar, 1978, Select City Walk, Saket, Cube, Indian Kitchen in Sydney, Kheer, the Rosette House, Le Mirch, Kuala Lumpur, and Rani, New Jersey. He is also the co-founder of Street Stories, Bangalore, a vegetarian craft kitchen celebrated for its culinary innovation and artistry. Currently, Chef Nishant is consultant of Abhyaran and eco-friendly and 100% certified organic vacation project in Saharanpur. The unique venture will feature 21 eco-friendly cottages and a farm-to-fork dining concept aimed at emphasizing sustainability.
I'm so sorry about disturbing you because
Yes.
I'm not able to hear you through my Bluetooth. So if it is kindly possible to sort this out.
Oh. Uh, Maybe, sir, there is then problem with if you can.
Very sorry to bother you in between. Huh?
It's completely okay, sir. Are you able to hear me now?
I have connected, but I can hear you in the loud.
Maybe there is some problem in the Bluetooth, or you can switch it off and then you can on
Just
it.
that I'm not able to hear, anything via Bluetooth.
Um, Manoj, sir, if you can help, sir. Sir, if you can check the volume
Yeah,
of the
I think
Bluetooth.
this
I'm
is
so sorry.
yeah, this is better. Okay.
Is it okay now?
Now this is perfectly fine.
Okay, sir. So, Chef Nishant's calls include winning of Iron Chef Challenge 2018 in Bangkok. He has hosted acclaimed pop-up in Japan, Canada, South Africa, Kenya, and Spain, showcasing his expertise in progressive cuisines. Passionate about preserving regional food traditions, he has shared his vision of lost regional cuisines at Michigan and Indianapolis universities in the United States. His culinary expertise has graced prestigious events, including an exclusive dinner for the President of Montenegro at a special hospitality affair for Adani, where he seamlessly integrated Jan philosophy into the menu. One of his most recent ventures, Tokyo Mithaiwala, has created ripples in the culinary world, earning widespread acclaim for its innovative approach. A visionary committed to sustainability and innovation, Chef Nishant continues to push culinary boundaries, crafting unique recipes that redefines flavors and inspire new culinary trends. Chef Nishant Chaube will delve the future trends, exploring how evolving consumer preferences are shaping the culinary landscape. He will also discuss Satvik cuisine, emphasizing its spiritual and health-focused approach. This session will be a blend of tradition and innovation, offering valuable takeaways for educators and participants alike. Looking ahead, as we progress through today's session, I encourage all of you to actively participate, engage with the speaker, and take note of key insight. Now, I would request Chef Chaube to grace the audience with his knowledge. Over to you, Chef.
Thank you very much, Jyoti, for your kind introduction. I think there was some glitch in between, but I think we have sorted it.
Always my pleasure, sir.
Uh, Thank you. So if you can just get my PPT running through that I can, just take the question. But yes, I love curating vegetarian dining wherever I go because, I think, why there's a reason behind it that ingredients are unlimited if you look at vegetarian. Okay. And as a chef, we explore opportunity.
Yes.
So in this manner, what I felt that vegetarian is the trend, and I'm sure all of you, whoever is listening to this, will agree that the rise of vegetarian cuisine or Satvik cuisine is intense, especially after COVID. Okay, because I've been freelancing, I've been doing a lot of collaboration, a lot of pop-ups, a lot of new restaurants. So I can definitely see not only in India, frankly speaking, I can see the rise of knowing vegetarian or eating vegetarian food outside India because recently I've done this restaurant in New Jersey called as Nani. There you'll be very shocked to hear this that even the expats they like to eat vegetarian protein. So I think this is a very amazing way to go forward. So yeah, I mean I'll just start with my introduction. So Jyoti has already shared a lot of it, but yeah, I mean I have been chef for the last 25 years now with over 2 decades of experience. I definitely like to propel the word sustainability or local is global, local is exotic. So I think I follow this kind of trend. So I graduated from IIT Bhopal in the year 1999. Post that, I was with Taj Ubrois for good 2.5 years, Taj for 1 year. Opened Madina Jumeirah in Dubai. Worked there for good 3.5 years. Came to India, thought that I became something in my life, but excuse me, doesn't work in this format. You still have to come back and search for your job. So I got through Olive Restaurant, and there I worked for good 3.5 years. Then I joined Celebrity Restaurant by Rohit Bal, who is no more unfortunately. So it was called Chibo for a year and a half, and then with Rosier to Tell for 11 years. And in between, I did a lot of international projects. I was part of Indus Bangkok, which is the restaurant is already in Michelin plate. And of course, I'm fortunate that I'm guided by legendary Padma Shri Dr. Pushpesh Panji. So he is my mentor, he's my guru, and I really wanted one. I think everyone should have a guru. So I also have my guru as Dr. Pant, and in fact, my first book is also coming up the last week of December is what we are looking at. So, I mean, in between, there are a lot of I did this restaurant called Tokyo Mithai Wala because I also believe that Indian desserts are eggless. Indian desserts are 99% sattvic, if I look at it. And if you look at pan India, I always considered India not only with Northwest frontier cuisine, but I summarize India as the entire, pan India. So we have amazing offerings from the south to the north to the east to the west. So even I go back to I think Aruna ji already took this session, but I really like to, take my cuisine forward. I'm from Jharkhand, and we are land of 32 tribals, and every tribal is different. In fact, during this, program where we took chefs from North India on an expedition program to Jharkhand. We showed them how amazing our things are. I mean, we went foraging. We found futkal. We found pukdi. Then different kind of saag. Then different kind of yam. So all of these ingredients are completely vegetarian. Okay, because you have your non-veg is very limited. Okay, of course beef and pork don't work so much in India, but vegetarian is something which you go in every places. I went to hills. I found this called lingri, and we call it machli saag in Jharkhand. So there's a lot of resemblance in terms of how our offerings are there from the hills. So it is quite a beautiful thing. So yes, so when we went for this chef's expedition program, I got a lot of learning from my own city. In fact, whoever is watching, they all have intense regional knowledge with them. So don't think that, I mean, the best way to move forward in our life is to understand ourselves. We are blessed that we are an Indian and we have got not even regional cuisine, it's sub-regional cuisine. I mean, in my belt, there is something called Chota Nagpur, which is very rich in different kind of preparation. Our food has no butter and no cream, just to let you know, guys. So it's lot of varieties, lot of saag, lot of yam, lot of potatoes. In fact, I just like to also point out, Jaya Mishra ji at this period of time. She's super amazing as a farmer because I love to work with farmers, and she has started growing something called purple potato, which is native to Peru, but she has got seeds from Peru and now she's growing things in India. That dish is also vegetarian. But of course, if we go back and understand about Jainism, okay, that in that we have sorry, Satvik, then of course we have Jains as well who don't eat things under the ground. So no potato and not even colored vegetables. In fact, I like to point out my cookout at Adani's house. I mean, they are intense Jains, I would say. I mean, they really follow Jain's philosophy of everything which has got seed they don't eat. So again, being a chef, it's an opportunity for me to how to bring that that menu in front of them. So they don't eat fig. They don't even eat colored vegetables. Just to let you know, no tomato and no eggplant. So it was quite a nice thing. But I did like 6 course menu, and the eating habits of Jainism. In fact, Chef Vikas also spoken about it that it is so good to know about Jain cuisine and how they वो seasonal खाना खाते हैं और you know सूर्य अस्त के बाद ही खाते हैं. तो इस तरह का I think we have to all understand this. But let's come back to Satvik and let's understand what is Satvik. So if you can just put the next slide if kindly. So Satvik is derived from a Sanskrit word called as sattva, okay, which is basically understanding concept in Indian philosophy in the pretext. Also, it means pure essence, natural, vital. There are a lot of energy thing which jaisa ann vaisa man. This is what Sattvic cuisine says. I mean, there's some kind of energy one gets when they eat. So if the energy has got blood, so I mean, there's some kind of negativity that you carry. I mean, believe me, I have seen people who are Sattvic and who eat their thought level or their thinking level, and people who eat non-veg is quite different. They are very calming in their nature. They are very calming in their thought process. In fact, these restaurants like Satvik at Select City Walk or Street Stories in Bangalore, these two vegetarian concepts that I did, where it's a very I mean, like very calm dining, I would say. Not like rushing it, or people really wait for the food to come. They pray food, and then they eat. And also one thing that I really want to emphasize on, that in Satvik or people who eat Satvik, they don't leave anything on plate. Absolutely, plate is immaculately clean. Uh, and also, I can see that people who eat sattvic, their taste buds are very broad. They really like to eat different kind of different kind of taste. So, being a chef again, it's a challenge for me to make a sattvic guy or vegetarian eating person happy. Because when you taste meats, you have things from meat, so you can only taste one kind. But in vegetarian, they eat different kinds of stuff. So I mean that is why you see. I mean chaat is of course in both the places, but uh, if you look at weddings and celebrations and temple, I mean temple is again one thing. Although temple cuisine of India has got non-vegetarian prasad as well, but 70% I would say is vegetarian. And in fact, my last trip to Chennai, where I went and I saw this prasad that is getting made for I don't know for how many years. That is like one kadai, one halwai, his son, then his son. It's a grandeur basically. It's a legacy which continues in a very different manner and in a very very holy manner. And once you eat prasad, you feel very good after eating prasad. Uh, also, it is part of Ayurveda, but Ayurveda doesn't prohibit us to eat non-veg. But if you look at in general, उसमें आयुर्वेद में it is written that पशु पक्षी शाक. So there is पशु का उसमें भी अनावरण है, but it is mostly vegetarian. So in that, if you look at that pretext as well, so we have got kaf, pitta, and vat, that kind of concept, and there are different kind of thought process in that what is kaf and what is pitta and what is vat, and it is the cycle. It is basically about knowing your body, about your physiology, and about the science and history that we have. And Ayurveda is an ancient philosophy which is almost 5,000 years ago. So it is beautiful to conserve, to communicate, to follow, and to abide by. I would also put it in that manner. And the entire world really like to understand the scenario of Ayurveda and why it is like that. So, Satvik, so Satvik, as I said, is derived from the word Sattva. It is also one of the three gunas quality, but particularly about तीन तरह के खाना है, तामसिक, राजसिक, and सात्विक. Okay, so tamasic is absolutely opposite. People who eat meat, they are tamasic. People who eat rich, they are rajasic, and people who eat, vegetables and dairy, plant-based basically. So we can go to the next slide. I think we can understand this better. And if you guys have any question, you can tell this to Anirban and I'll answer it separately. So if you guys don't mind. Okay. So let's go to the next slide, everyone, if it's possible. Okay. So as I already spoke about Ayurveda actually, so we can go to the next one. If we can go to the next one, please. Yeah, with this one. So it is about knowing our plants, our flora and fauna is quite. I mean, we eat a lot of flowers. कचनार का फूल है चाहे रोजेल है जिसको कुद्रुम भी बोलते हैं अगस्त फ्लावर जिसको बोक फूल भी बोलते हैं so eat different kind of flowers and those are completely sattvic and those have got amazing health benefits as well also our herbs if we look at tulsi rose kesar all these things are quite nice and quite nourishing quite fresh as an ingredient to us. And I think this is a vardhan from the God. This is a gift from the God to to see so much of color. At this period of time, we don't need to add colors which are not edible. We have colors which we should. We all talk about aparajita, like the blue, purple blue, blue pea flower, which is called aparajita. So it is purple in nature. It has got blue and purple kind of thought. So and then roselle is completely red. So these are beautiful flowers. If you go to hills, you'll also find rhododendron. So, which is again quite nice, and you can also take that as a pure juice format. It decreases your blood pressure. It is good for people. There's one more berry that I really want to talk about when you're talking about Sattvic cuisine is lehberry, which is called sea buckthorn. And in my recent cookouts, I've done sea buckthorn thorn golgappas. So which was really really nice. It is very sour, but it's a fruit which is beautiful, and one can really ferment that and keep it for a better shelf life. So what I do it, I take it empty in empty stomach, and it's just super amazing. And this can be a good water, good sauce. You could also make a sauce out of it and eat it with your paneer or probably sandwich it, put a little bit of sea buckthorn reduction in paneer, and that sounds really amazing. So yeah, so can we just go to the next slide, please? Next slide, please. One of the festival that I really want to talk about Onam Sadhya. So Sadhya, I hope people know it's completely vegetarian. And in fact, Chef Arun Kumar, there's a book also that he has written that I'm just reading right now. It is about Onam Sadhya. Sadhya is completely vegetarian, and he has really broken the myth of eating non-vegetarian sadhya. So it is beautiful. It is completely sattvic. There are a lot of elements at Onam Sadhya. So if you guys want, I can give you a little bit of insights on Onam Sadhya probably in my next session. That there are 38 kinds of vegetables and tubers and these kind of preparation. It is also completely vegan. Just to let you know, Onam Sadhya is completely vegan, and it's a thali which has got 38 kinds of offering, which is just amazing, and you really taste the awesomeness. We don't. I mean, it's not that he vegan hai to taste nahi hoga. I'm also, what I'm trying to do right now, not only in India but outside India, is I'm trying to convey to the guests that it is not that Sattvic food is boring. It's damn tasty. It is just that you need to replace the protein aspect of. In fact, recently I created carrot like a vegetarian salmon, so out of carrot, and it is fetching so many good comments. I mean, just like slow cooked carrot and shave it off, it looks exactly like salmon. And you can put a little cream cheese and some bit of jams and on a brioche, toast, and you can just enjoy this deliciousness. This is beautiful. And then my corn cake is also very famous. Corn is an amazing ingredient in terms of it has got uh, good nature of deliciousness. So it is beautiful. It is very nutty. Uh, but again, having said that, it is important for us as an individual or as a chef to break this mentality that sattvic foods can be only one type. In fact, if you guys go to Nimba Resort, or there's one at I forgot the name in Gurgaon, which is about health and wellness, you'll find chefs serve amazing food, beautiful, and there's controlled gluten, there's controlled sugar, there's controlled salt, and there's controlled flour. So in fact, in my last cookout, I did no gluten, no salt, no sugar, and no flour kind of meal. So it doesn't mean no salt. I mean, it has sendha namak and pink salt. Yeah, no flour means atta and ragi and this kind of thing. And no sugar means jaggery, honey, khand, coconut sugar, palm sugar, date sugar. So this kind of thing what I did, and again it was so amazing to find those black rice and ground black rice from Arunachal Pradesh. And I call myself a sustainable chef as much as possible. I believe that ingredients should not be stopped. Ingredients should definitely travel. There is this is called ingredient diplomacy. I don't think so. We should restrict an ingredient from one place. It should definitely go. So I love using wasabi. I love using pickled ginger. I love using truffle oil. So I don't think so there is any problem. Although it's sattvic, mushrooms and onion and garlic, which are considered tamasic in nature, which creates heat in the body, that is bad. You don't use it. But it's not that we cannot get umami and we cannot get taste if you don't put garlic. Believe me, when you cook food, you cook with love and passion, not with onion garlic, is what I'm saying. You make food without onion garlic and with onion garlic. I don't think so. It that tastes much. It is difference much of in terms of taste. It is just the mindset which we all need to change regarding sattvic food, and it is beautiful. It is amazing. It is very Indian. It is something which is very innovational as well for a chef. It's a new ground, new platform to showcase. And as I said, ingredients are unlimited when you work in Sattvic cuisine. Make it modern, make it traditional, but don't do too much of fusion that becomes total confusion. Is what I request. People. It should be done within boundaries. It should have sensible progression. It should not be like Maggie with gulab jamun. Not don't do things like that. That I don't think so. Anyone will like whatever experimentation that I talked till now, believe me, I've done a lot of trials in my kitchen before I'm putting it to all of you. I'm not just barely, telling for the sake of telling all of you, but I tasted, I have done R&D, I've done research. So this is where it is. So guys, thank you very much. And if you guys have any question, please feel free to get in touch with Anirban, and I'll be more than happy to answer them separately. I think I've touched base all the points, Anirban.
Right,
So
chef?
Jyoti, I've
Yeah,
already
yeah,
touched
chef.
base all these points actually. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir. So now the session will be continued by Chef Anirban Gupta.
right.
Over to you, Chef. I'm sorry, if you can please mute your mic. We also want to
Sure,
express
Aruna ma'am.
our
Aruna ma'am.
okay. We also want to express our gratitude to Chef Anirban Gupta for sharing his unique approach to cooking. Chef Gupta's creative way of blending different states' cuisine while keeping their authenticity intact in something we can all learn from. His focus on Satvik food and its health and spiritual benefits showed us how we can make food both delicious and meaningful. We also want to thank Chef Gupta for answering our so much of the questions. Both chefs highlighted how food connect culture, tradition, and sustainability, inspiring us to think differently about what we eat and how we cook. Now I want to uh, get this over to Rohit sir. Sir, over to you for the next
Thank
session.
you. Thank you, Jyoti ma'am. Good evening, everyone, to the today's second session. I am Rohit Gill, and I will be your co-host of this session. I am delighted to introduce our next speaker, Chef Aruna Tirke. Aruna Tirke, ma'am, from Jharkhand, India, belongs to the Oraon indigenous community. She holds an MBA in rural management and has 18 years of experience in empowering women and promoting livelihoods. Her key roles include leading the Swashakti project in Jharkhand, training under the National Rural Livelihood Mission, and coordinating the Forest Rights Act implementation with organizations like United Nations Development Programme and Department of International Development. In 2018, she founded Ajam Amba, Jharkhand's first indigenous slow food restaurant, promoting a farm forest to plate concept. Through this initiative, she has worked with over 100 women and 5,000 farmers, showcasing Jharkhand's cuisine to 35,000 people locally and globally. She also Jharkhand's Ajam Amba Slow Food Community in 2019 under the Global Slow Food Network. Her work has been presented at national and international events, including the Goa International Film Festival, Terra Madra in Japan and Italy, and food festivals across India. Ma'am has also organized local food festival and led awareness campaigns about the health benefits of slow food during COVID-19. Ma'am has been invited as a speaker and panelist at several events including online workshops and international conferences. Her work has won awards like the Terrible Food Cooking Competition and the Urban Global 100 Cooks contests. Her efforts have also been featured in major media outlets like National Geography, BBC, and NDT. Now over to you, ma'am.
So, Johar, everybody. So, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah.
Ma'am, ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Yeah, it is okay now.
Yes, ma'am. Now you are audible.
Yes. So actually, I'm facing a little bit of cold because the Ranchi is the very cold place, and that's
All
why
right.
my sound is little much disturbing right now. So thank you again. So without wasting the time, I'm coming to my initiative, which you already introduced about myself and my initiative. So just I will start, and before starting the presentation, I would like to thanks the organizer and all pan India level all guests and the chef for giving me this an opportunity to present you, to share you my experience, what I am doing in my revival and the promotion of what we call the Jharkhand indigenous slow food system, or the Jharkhand indigenous food system. As you know that I not belong to the culinary field. My field is the rural management. So connecting with this rural management, I started my revival for process of the cuisine part of Jharkhand food system because it was not in our mainstream of food. So somebody has to taken this responsibility. Through this, just I want to introduce the society, the revival and the promotion of the our indigenous food system, which is also the means of the identity and the culture. And through this, there is the sustainable food system or production, so that it can be a good opportunity for the livelihood generation for the sustainable manner, and particular for the part of the women of the tribal, rural women of the tribal. So can we go for the next slide? So I have given here the brief. You already shared about myself, so I will not go with this slide. So this is the Jharkhand particular, where we have the 32 indigenous community, and definitely the basic the main communities are the Munda, Urao, Khadiya, Santhal, Ho, and other things. Definitely in the Jharkhand, 29% of the geography comes under the forest region, and where we have definitely will have a good opportunity to have to grab the forest produce, where the study says we have the 9,000 variety of the wild leaves, tuber, flowers, like that. This is study done by the ethnobotany. The next, yeah. So we have the social, collective and the cooperation based indigenous society in Jharkhand, which is basically sustainable hunting rituals and the nature based food system. What I was talking, which is being now the risk at the risk of the instinct. So this is actually the problem. What I started for why I started to revival of our indigenous food system. So next slide. So which is also means of the culture and the identity laws. So here the need of the Ajamemba initiative for the revival and the promotion of the traditional food system of Jharkhand. It is the first it's kind of we started the restaurant manner to promote our food system of Jharkhand, which comes from the forest produce seasonal grains and uncultivated grains. The Ajamemba, it's a Kuruk language of the Urao tribes. I belong to the Urao community. That means the great taste. And our approach is definitely a forest to farm to plate approach, and which it's the resource center I started, and the focus was the millet actually, because as the Jharkhand, the plateau region, which is the very much suitable climate for the millet, for the coarse grain. So that I took initiative, because our the first food, what we call the superfood, now it's already been lost, and which used to be a staple food for us. And the next, so which is just to give the community level pride, I started to work with the millet. And secondly, it's become now that since I started the in 2016, it's become now the resource center to inculcate our indigenous food system. And definitely the research, it is the needed of the research part also, to when we talk about the 9,000 variety which comes from the uncultivated greens and forest produce, which is difficult, which is typically the vegetarian foods, and the green food. And you people are now we're talking about the Satvik food. Yes, it can be also our food system, tribal food system of Jharkhand can be also the Satvik food. And also the knowledge dissemination information. So through this, I started through my restaurant to disseminate the knowledge about the food system, the seasonality, and the trending of the food, like that. So next slide, please. No. The earlier one. Yes. So, so in this, when I started to working with the millet, I started work with the value addition of particular in the millet, like that is like the finger millet and definitely the little millet, because we have the climate to grow all these millet. So apart from this, I would like to mention here with this, as my profile says, ki I also started in the first time in Jharkhand the slow food, because I am also the member of the international slow food, where the first time typical the tribal cuisine, the slow food center in Jharkhand, first time. So this is about this. And next, when we go to the next slide, we can see the millet based, the recipe and the innovation part also. What we say, the healthy and the healthy and the nutrition food. So here we have the traditional food also, and we have what I made, the innovation, the fusion, and the innovation. Like you can see the momos with the finger millet. So I started first time in the year of 2017 only. Momo from the millet, the finger millet. And you see the pakoras and the traditional, our thapuval roti, the dumbu you can see there, the chilka, the madwa crepe and the madwa laddu. Dumbu is our traditional item, and the laddu is now its a value addition item. So you can keep the longer time. So this is, I started in fusion and the value addition to just showcase our to bring the attraction, the the palette for the our youth generation, and definitely of course for the kids. And just through this we can develop our youths and kids palette by introducing the fusion food and the value addition food. Because definitely we say, when we talk about the traditional food, generally we actually, it is been in our mind ki it will be a very tasteless and the hard to digest and eat. So just I want to show through this initiative the value addition and the fusion food. So next slide, please. So here we have the little millet. Actually, in my initiative, I my revival is only the gondli, the little millet, which used to be our the staple food for our the ancestors and the grandparents and our parents. Now this is actually very the touchy, this the very emotional things with this millet, which I started to bring in the through restaurant, and the main course of the food, the millet, the little millet. When I one day I visited one village, and the heart also, I seen that little millet there, and I purchased there because that connected with my mother. My mother, she used to go her parents' house, and we were waiting ki mother will come and she will prepare the gondhli, the little millet item, the gondhli halwa and kheer. And that was very connected for us, because it was the childhood time. And that day when I heard from the village heart, they were using for the fodder. So I asked why you are using for this little millet for the fodder. As they said, ki because that time we having this because we were poor that time. And now definitely you can say the because of the government flagship programs, uh, the the poor or the people have they have changed their the food system and the status. Now they are telling this is the poor food, and this is no use, this is they use only for the fodder. And people, our tribal people, they says ki we don't eat this because when we eat this we will become a poor, and nobody going to sit with our house, and nobody going to child their daughter with our house. So we are not eating this because this is the food of the poor food, in spite of having all nutritions and different the dietary contents. And you can see here what I written, people are not eating this. So that day I started 5 years before ki let's start with this only through my initiative. And I started to putting through this finger millet, um, like a finger sorry little millet halwa, payasam, and the pithas, the traditional pithas. I serve it through my restaurant. When people came to know about and they tasted its taste, so it was very much appreciated by other than the tribal people through my restaurant. So I started to move the village side and the community level and awareing, and make started to make aware to the community why should you not putting and the growing this millet. So from my field last 3 years I started to grow this little millet. So through over the period of 3 years, people they tasted the gondli kheer, gondli pithas, and the payasam, and the halwa. So they they definitely uh, took the new taste of the gondli. Our also tribal people, the generation how it is actually it's become now the generation gap. Our the 60 50 to 60 age group of people telling ki our child is not having this, and they're telling ki well when we eat this it will become a poor status, pride and the status. When I started through my this little millet, our the definitely the tribal younger girls, the boys, and in between 30 to 40 age group, they tasted the gondli payasam and the pithas item, and they find very good taste in this little millet through my restaurant. So over the period of 3 years, I wanted to mention here, it's become a very popular. And after 3 years, from last year, I observing these things, putting the gondli millet over the field in among the tribal community, they start to grow again this, and it's raised. It's the rate now become the double rate after having this. So I can say that through this restaurant, I over the period of 4 years, I could able to bring the lost recipe, including the fusion and the value addition. Now it's become popular, the little millets. So this is my the basic core, the recipe and the ingredients what I did till date. So next I would request for the next slide. So this is all about the millet, the little millet being already disappeared. So how it is coming. So you can see the millet, the little millet recipe and their process part. You can see over the firewood how it is doing. How I'm doing the process part with the little millet. It's a paddy. We say the gondli rice, the gondli bhat. Our parents, they used to eat the gondli bhat because we were very poor. So this is want to see you the fire. It's the processing. First we do the making of the usna gondli, not parboil. This is the usna gondli because the taste comes in that preparation of the gondli, the little millets. The boiling, then the steaming process, then again we'll do the rice, the husking process with the rice pounder. And the item you can see here, the payas and the pithas, we call this the kholgo pitha. This is particular among the Munda and the Urao tribes. The very much, this is the traditional item, the kholgo pitha, the gondali dumpling, we can say. So I started to serve through my restaurant, and again now it's become a very popular. So last year I want to mention here, through last year I harvested 100 kg of gondali, 100 kg of gondali out of 15 kg the gondali seed only, in a very virgin field without putting any pesticide and the chemical. So this is the revival process and the value chain. What I started from last year, the value chain. Through this, I can procure when we talk about the sustainable production and the consumption process. So you can have with this, it can become also the Satvik, very much the Satvik food. When people talking about the super food and the Satvik food, so definitely very proudly we can say our Jharkhand food system or the globally indigenous food system is very much the sustainable food system and the production and the consumption also. So this is how revived out of the disappeared little millet and through my restaurant only. So please, we'll come to the next slide. So this is what I want to show you. Apart from this, we already mentioned we have also the seasonal greens, flowers, tubes, and the millets also. Inside the I want to show you, we have one chef came from the Pan India label, and he very much appreciated. I want to put here to show you, and this is how I also giving the youth training there, how we the traditional cooking system. Basically, it is the non-veg item, and you can see one picture, the firewood, the traditional food system preparation. So, and also the culture, how through food I am maintaining the culture to our guest. And other side you can see the green leaf. Also, Ajamimma maintain the zero waste. Through this serving this is our actually the USB, the culture through the hand washing to our guest when our guest comes. Through this I want to show I maintain the culture through food, the firewood preparation item, the earthen pot cooking and the copper pot cooking, copper vessels cooking. And one side you are seeing the leaf plate, the sal leaf plates serving. This is all our the serving, the USP of the Ajabeba. Through this I am maintaining the eco-friendly nature food serving and also the zero waste, maintaining biodiversity also. So please come to the next slide. Yeah. So Ajamemma, how it is connecting with the community. Because until unless we can't connect the community, it not become the sustainable, the production system. Because as the climate is changing, And when we say the tribal food system depends upon the seasons and the forest produce, but it is fact that at the same time the climate is changing very rapidly. It is the global issue. So to maintain this food system, I started to connect with the community and giving them training to have pride of their food so that they will maintain the harvest technology with the forest produce and the seasonal grains, putting the festival within the community and the collecting of the seasonal, you know, here say the earth star, and saying the children, our next generation, how they will collect with maintaining the consumption and the harvesting pattern, collecting with the market also, with the women. Our, we can say here, our total this initiative depends upon all the women ecosystem. So this is because when we talk about the indigenous food system, basically the major gatherers and the collectors are the women only. So this is, I started with the women part, the rural women. So please come to the next slide. Yeah. So this is from last 2 years. I started with the working with the value chain. So I also sometime become the farmer because until unless for giving the community the pride, to giving them the pride, how our food system is very much close to the nature and we are very rich to our food system. I also involve to harvest and the agriculture part. So and sometimes I making the community pride of their food, our food system. I used to organize the tribal food festivals and interaction with the forest greens, forest tubers, and through this our, you know, the research knowledge, I aware the community also to what is the actually benefit. We know through the our secondary matter, but our rural people, they know with their own knowledge. They have uh, we actually very much pride our the tribal community because their treasure of knowledge with without doing any research, how they have knowledge their food system, which food we can have, which we do not, and which tuber we can have, which leaves, flowers. So this is, we should actually appreciate, and to maintain this sustainable manner, I just started to making of the fusion food and the value addition food, so that they will feel pride. So please the next slide. So the network and the collaboration. Yes, over the period of 5 years to 6 years, we have collaborated with the Ministry of Tribal Affairs, uh, national level, and the state level, and we numbers of time we organized to reclaim our food system at the state level also, and also I started uh, to uh, to started to bring conscious about our food system at the international level when I am the member of the international slow food. So already it been shared in my profile how our food been you know, the cover by different media, news media, and social media. So this is the network and collaboration part. And here I am taking the indigenous food cuisine the award, the first award in the year of 2016. That was our turning turning point to work with this side. So please next slide. So with the different part of the local civil society organization, I took some projects with Slow Food International and the agroecology project of the Green Global, and also visited to the for the millet, the millet promotion and revival in the Taiwan country. And also you can see we also trying to collaborate with the Jharkhand government and organize the state level slow food festival to bring awareness, particularly bring pride our growers and the collectors. So this is not for conscious to bring conscious and bring to promote for the economic upliftment, but this is for the pride and the bring custodian of the tribal food system of the Jharkhand tribal community. This is I want to mention here. So please next. So this is how I started with my initiative and collaboration with this started food system. Here we have the members of the slow food community of Jharkhand. Through this, I am showcasing internationally the Jharkhand food system. Next slide. So with this, I would like to say my all audience, thank you for listening me very patiently. So now I just mention here only the PPT in the very less and the picture part also. If you have any question right now, so you are welcome to ask me. Thank you very much, Johar.
Good
Thank you,
evening,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, Vijendra Nunwal this side, ma'am, from Pcte. It was a very nice and informative session. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, continue. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Ma'am, I have one question that how does the tribal cuisine reflect the culture and social practices of tribal communities and provide examples of the traditional tribal dishes that are closely tied to specific cultural or social practices? So how the
Yes,
tribal cuisine reflecting the culture and social practices?
yes. uh, Actually, our all tribal food system is depends upon the seasons and forest produce and the seasonality of the produce, isn't it? So when we talk about how it is connect with the culture, so our all food, like when we talk about the you can see here the ruguda and the roselle, the kudrum, the sanai flower, and the getus. Here we have. I will go with the for the one we have leaf, the chakod leaf. The
Okay.
English name
Okay.
is the
Okay.
cassia tora. Chakod actually the harvesting season in the month of September. So we have in tribal we have two festival local. One is Sarhul and another one is the Karam. We say the Karam. So Chakod festival, so Chakod, the Chakod collection activity. That day, the Karam festival, that day the Chakod Duharna we say, that activity is
Right.
must. The Chakod
Okay.
Duharna. Chakod Duharna means we collect the Chakod. Not like a plucking. We just, from the stem, we just sweep out from that leaves. So that is called, that activity called the Chakod Duharna. And that is the Karam festival. That day, that is must. Karam festival. We planted,
Okay.
we
So,
start
ma'am,
the plantation. So after that, Chakod collection, we start to process of the drying process. And after that Karam festival, you can see the monsoon goes and the season comes, the rainy season, and we start to drying this chakod. And after that festival, used to have this the chakod recipe. Before that, we have chakod also in the field, but the test wise. it is not good. And after the chakor, when it's become mature and the yellow flower it comes, you can see my logo. That is the chakor leaf. That's why I made a logo accordingly. And that the yellow dots you are seeing there in my logo, that is the flower of that chakor. Yeah, that one. Absolutely right. So that is the flower of the chakor. So after that flowering, we collect the chakor and we start to eat this. Likewise, when we talk about the earth star, the Ruguda comes in the rainy season when the monsoon starts. In our traditionally, we eat. My parents they used to say the eating time of the Ruguda. Ruguda is very delicacies of the Jharkhand. That's why I am coming with this. The Ruguda, the eating time is only 20th 20 June up to the 31st of June only. You can
Okay, ma'am.
see how is the climate is changing. It is now still the Ruguda is coming late. Sometimes it's coming in the May. But the time when you say the seasonality, it's maintain your the body system also. The 10 days of eating Ruguda only. After that, because it's a perishable and the fungi, na? So the health wise, it is not direct, matlab advisable to have Ruguda. So we, the tribal people, we use only 10 to 15 days, the tender Ruguda only. So now it's become a craze because it is the delicacies of the Jharkhand. So unnecessary, it's the rate is also going very high and the timing. So we concern about this. Likewise, the Getu fish you are seeing here. Getu fish, the collection time is between September to the February.
Okay, ma'am.
So, yeah. So it is how it is connected with the culture. Like every food, like we can say the millet, the gondli, the sanai flour you're seeing here, the thepa sag. So this is very much the urad dal when we say the urad dal. So this is also related with the culture, the social part. When we talk about the urad dal, the black grams, it is very much traditional pulses, lentils for us. The when people die in our tribal community, we have the particular item, the dupkitian. When the after the funerals or after the that ceremony, we'll definitely have that the dupkitian with the urad dal. So this short of the sudi bhat. When we say the sudi bhat, the Deepavali time we used to prepare we say the Sohrai time. It is must the sudi bhat and the dumbu, the rice ball and the millet ball. This is all related with the culture and the another type when our now we start because why we start the cooking of the rice ball in the time of Sohrai because the new harvest comes that time. The new goda chawal, the new arwa we made that time the arwa rice. So we start that Sohrai time. It is very must and then now it is the
Okay,
time
ma'am.
of the arsa pitha because the new harvest is coming right now. So this all our tribal food system with the culture and the social part also. Hello,
Good evening, ma'am. This is Rajesh.
How we are promoting?
hello. Yes, continue. Carry on.
Hi,
Hello.
ma'am. This is Rajesh. I want to ask a question that what are the popular dishes of the Jharkhand? And now you are running some of the outlets. So what is the response of the people for the outlet?
Yes. So first of all, I would like to mention the very much the demanding item. So this is the first experience, no? Through my restaurant, the tribal cuisine is coming at the national level also. So the response, the every seasonal is very much demanding. Out of that, the millet chila, the dumbo, the tuska, definitely, and the delicacies of the forest mushroom, wild mushroom, and the earth star, the ruguda. Likewise, also very much demanding item, the roselle and the ghetto fish also. And the response from the beginning, the first year. The response is it is more beyond my expectation. I thought ki I will take the 5 years. So before 5 years, the response is coming very positive. Now it is only the small eatery center in a rental place. So I'm not able to manage the production as per my production, because it is in the culinary side we don't have any the syllabus or any the chef. So to maintain the tribal recipe and the cooking method, it is difficult to manage because we maintain the boiling, the roasting, the shallow fry. We don't believe in the slow, the fast cooking. So response wise, it is out of beyond my expectation. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes. Good evening. Yeah.
Ma'am, I have a question that can you tell me that how Jharkhand's cuisine is different from its like neighboring states like Bihar or West Bengal?
Yeah. Uh, First of all, I would like to mention here, because we in all over India, the nationally Jharkhand is different from the other state. We have ample opportunity to have the forest produce and the seasonal grains. We have opportunity to have the 29% of the forest. So definitely we have, I already mentioned the 9,000 variety of the forest leaves, greens and the tubers. So definitely it is very much different from the Bihar and the Jharkhand cuisine. It is because undivided, it was when it was undivided Bihar. We don't know our the cuisine, the litti chokha and the South Indian cuisine was dominated already. They captured the market. So after this, I started this initiative. Now people now understand what is actually the Jharkhand cuisine. So it is definitely very much different from the West Bengal, from the Bengal and the Bihar. Thank you.
Hello, ma'am. This is Chef Kurinder from Pcte Group of Institutes.
Yes,
My question is related to the tribal cuisine. As in India, there are a lot of tribal cuisines, not in only Jharkhand, even the other states also,
agree.
like Nagaland. And most of the tribal cuisines have a lot of distinctive flavors. And
Yes.
if we talk about the other states also, some of these tribal cuisines are not familiar in the other states. So, how my question is related to how we can make these tribal cuisine that are so distinctive in flavors with some new cooking methods and new techniques of fermenting. Like in Nagaland, we have fermented soybeans that we can use as an pickle, and how we can make it familiarize in the other states, and so that it can be used in the industry also.
First of all, uh, this is my actually the culinary part or the in a commercial manner. After since I run this restaurant, completed 6 years. 17 I started, and how so far I didn't open any other outlet. Here I'd like to clear myself how it is different the tribal cuisine. When we say that tribal cuisine, we say that method of the tribal style of cooking. When it's become a fusion and a value addition, it is not, you can say, particular the tribal cuisine. Yes, you can say the tribal, the stuffs, like you can say the madwa and part of the flowers and the leaves. You can say the ingredients, you can say the from that particular place, like Nagaland, Jharkhand and other tribal dominated states like Andhra and other states. But when we say the cooking part, the tribal cooking is the tribal cooking, the method. We should maintain this, the recipe part also, the maintain the dignity and the maintain the custodian of the tribal people. When we say the tribal cooking, it is the in the culinary and the industrial part. We can say yes, we do the commercialize with the value addition and the fusion with the tribal, the ingredients, the region wise ingredients. But we say that tribal cooking, it is their custodians. The tribal recipe part is the tribal recipe. Yes, we can uplift, we can commercialize it, yeah, industrialize it by aware the people to how to we maintain the consumption part and the production part also, because the climate is changing and we can't expect like we the 10 year or the 5 years before we harvesting the things. It is not like that, but to aware the tribal community to maintain this, the collecting time and the season, the traditionally collection method we should maintain actually. That's why I mentioned here, I started with the value chain. We can't collect the forest produce before their maturity time. So what is happening time right now? It is not good for the community part also. What is happening? To maintain the production sustainable manner, we have to aware all people as for the industry, the culinary industry, and the rural community also, how the collection method, the traditionally collection method. Yes, like example, the earth star, the ruguda. People nowadays, what are you doing before? Because it's a now become the very much commercialized, the high source of the protein, and it's become a global, the ruguda. So what is happening right now? Before its maturity, people have this collecting this the ruguda. So what is happening for next year? It is coming the lesser amount, so we should maintain the traditional harvest system also. So likewise many things. Yesterday I was in the field also. So people saying same time how it is becoming lesser. The production is lesser because of only the collection method only. Due to only the collection method. So if we want to, coming to your point, if you want to cater at the industrial level, we have to aware the community part, and the second, the community the community part, to maintain the community part to revival of their old food system. So this is very much needed, because example wise, roselle I here, I the picture is there, the roselle flower. When I started this cuisine, I just I was just purchasing the roselle fresh one from the heart only, in a kheja manner. So it was not catering throughout the year for me at Aja Member restaurant. So I started from the next year to putting the seed and distributing to the community. So now over the period of the 4 years, now the roselle, the storing I can able to store throughout year the roselle, the dry roselle flower also, because I distributing the seed, the community also, and the awareing the community how they will put the, when the monsoon season will start, you should put the roselle seed also. So the small, the awareness part among the community is needed to bring the tribal course, the food course at the industrial, the commercial manner. So thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I have one more question, which is related to the different tribal communities in Jharkhand. Like, what will be there some commonalities or differences between the cuisine of different tribal communities in Jharkhand?
Yes. So in our, I belong to the Unnao community, right? And the Munda, we both eat the jackfruit. I would go for with the example, and the Santhal and the Ho Khadiya. We all eat the jackfruit, but the cooking method is different. Our cooking method, I have in my family one Khadiya brother-in-law and one Munda brother-in-law. When Khadiya brother-in-law, when she cooked the jackfruit, their cooking method is different. From the childhood, the method we used to habituated the jackfruit, like we say na, the gacher patha, the veg mutton. So we are habituated to have that type of the very spices jackfruit preparation. When Khadiya people used to prepare, their method is very simple. Likewise, the Munda people. If Munda people they will prepare only the pulp part, and separately they will prepare the seed. We the Orao people, we prepare like a very spices, including seeds and the pulp of that jackfruit and the green jackfruit. So this is how it is, the differences. Likewise, the duska. Duska we say the Jharkhand snacks, but the origin is not from across the Jharkhand. The origin of the Dhuska is belonging to the Khadiya tribe only. Dhuska, when we doing this research part, study part among the traditional food, they say ki this is our the ayo roti. Ayo means mother, and the dubni roti. Katora, dubni means katora, the ball, the small ball, like the shape, the Dhuska shape. So they could able to recognize, oh yeah, ayo roti. So yeah, this is our ayo roti. And how it is important to ayo roti, how you say the ayo roti. Ayo means mother. So this is, they Odia say this is very important for us, because when when they marriage their daughter, after marriage of their daughter, they will send the sandesh to the daughter's, the husband house. And there is the very much important thing, they will prepare the ayo roti. That is the dhuska we say. And you give them any mutton, chicken or any item without giving the ayo roti. So there will be a very big issue for them, because ayo roti is relates with the mother roti, that the sandesh we say. So when the daughter comes with their mother family, her mother prepare, when she will go to their husband house, her mother will prepare the ayo roti, and she will take only ayo roti, nothing else. So this is how it is, the different from the tribal, one tribal to another tribal. Also the preparation method, like a pork, like a mutton or chicken, we all tribal have the different preparation method. The sudi bhat, the traditional biryani, the sudi bhat in our Urao tribe, we say the tahri bhat, the tahri. But the Munda say the sudi bhat. But in the Santhal, they say the Santhal, among the Santhal and the Ho tribe, they say the leto mandi. Leto mandi means, and Santhal, when they say the leto mandi or the sudi, they will prepare with the parbol rice, means arva rice. And among the tribal, Urao and the Munda will prepare the tehri bhat or sudi bhat, will prepare with the usna rice. So this is how it is different from the among all tribals in the ye. So there are some also the similarity among the preparation of the Urao tribe and the Munda tribe also.
Could you please also tell us some of the traditional cooking methods that you use in some of your tribal cuisine?
Yes. So it is here in the tribe, in the picture. You see the Rugda first of all. Now, Earth Star. So Earth Star, when we tribal first time, the season first Rugda, when we cook, this is say the veg chicken. But in our family or Munda or Urao, you can say the Santhal side, it is not very much familiar, the Rugda. But among the Urao and the Munda tribe, when we first day, we cook the Rugda, the Earth Star, we cook with the desi chicken. Because we have to complement this Rugda, how it is important for us. So without mixing of desi country chicken, we can't prepare the Rugda item. The first day, My mother used to cook the earth star with the country chicken. So this is taste how it is differ. You can't believe the taste of this. So this is the first cooking method. You can see the sanai flower. The sanai flower is this is the season, harvesting season in between the October to the December. The sanai flower. We actually used to prepare only the chokha, the mashing. In our traditional method, we apply 4 to 5 method of the cooking. First is the boiling. Generally, we boil the rice. We eat the boiled rice. We boil the dry leaves, mixing with tomato and the dry bamboo shoot. We boil. That we call the guda. The guda tiyan. Guda tiyan means curry. That will be only the boiling. The leaves with the starch with the rice. So this used to be the staple food for us. That is the boiling method first. And second is the mashing. Generally, among the tribal, we have lots of item, the mashing item only, like sanai flour. We just steamed and mash, mixing with the only tomato, chili, and the garlic. This is the mashing method. And also, we do prepare the mashing with the fishes also. And the getu fish here, you see the river fish. We only mash, we roast and the mash with this. This is the basic things of the among the tribal cuisine and the grinding. We
Are
roast.
there also some preservation techniques for the meat also?
Yeah, we have the preservation techniques for the meats and the greens item also. The meats like a beef, like a pork, like a fishes, and the earth star. We have generally the firewood, and the firewood we have in our Ajamemba kitchen. We do the preservation of the green, uncultivated greens only. But among the tribal people, over the firewood, we will have a bamboo, the bamboo strip, and we hang there our all beefs and the pork and the fishes also. So we through for the throughout year, because our collection, all collection is depends done by the season only, to fetch, to cater throughout the season. So we definitely we have the preserving method also, uncultivated greens also, as well as the non-veg item also. So in our tribal cooking or the method or the food system, we have very much strong the food security.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing such a great insight about the tribal cuisine. Would love to come Jharkhand and try some of this.
Uh, One question is from Anup Kumar sir. Sir, please ask your question.
Garam pani do.
Anup sir, am I audible to you?
Yes, yes. Please carry on.
Anup sir, am I audible to you? I think I'm not audible to Anup sir. So,
I have one question that ma'am, how the tribal cuisine helping the other states to promote the tribal cuisine, not only the nearby states, but like in North India, in South India. So how it is helping the tribal cuisine?
So, because when we talk about the tribal, the food security system, definitely it will be help out by doing the such a manner in the product selling. And in the product selling, we have the system. When you talk about the tribal, the storage system, so definitely we can say among the season based the product by selling the product item. And the fresh item, it is not very much the sustain until unless you can grow the seed from there. You can grow the seed to taking the some seeds, because I already distributed at the national level to my partners, and they are growing the roselle seed and the sunflower and the other things also. But which are the best forest produce. It can't be, because the rugda and the wild mushrooms that's only grow in the sal forest only. So where we have the sal forest, definitely will have the forest produce also. Like when we're talking about the mahua you can find in the every corner of the India. So we have also the very much the mahua based food system. It is not used for only the alcohol purpose. So mahua based item we can also cater across the national level.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. And of course the millet item. We have, when we say the roselle, we find the roselle in the Maharashtra also, the Gujarat, the part of the south also. We can exchange. And when we say about the, what we say, we say the gethi kanda. Gethi kanda. Here is the now the season of the gethi kanda. But in Uttarakhand, there is the time in the festival in the month of the February, March, I suppose. They used to have that the tuber of the forest tuber.
Right, ma'am. Right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this information.
Thank you.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I have one more question. As in the other states, if we talk about in Himachal, farm to table cuisine is going on, and also going the hill tourism. Like same in the Punjab, rural tourism is going a lot, promoting the local cuisine and also the rural. The habitat. And is there in the Jharkhand something related to tribal cuisine tourism also, which can explore the cuisine and also the locality and the sustainability of the cuisine?
It is very much disappointing in spite of the very good tourism place in the Jharkhand. So government they supported the small in type of the when they celebrate the tourism day, when they celebrate the any functions or the stalls, the mela, they call us the industry department and the tourism department. The 1 or 2 days they call us to have one stall the method stall the selling of the tribal cuisine in that manner only. But it is very disappointing still till date. And that to promote the tribal cuisine, there is no any the sustained manner government has started till date. We already asked for the government, the tourism department also, and the next industry department also. The particular in Jharkhand, it is not still they started, but the some of the the Diwali festival or the tourism festival or the New Year festival, they definitely they organize such type of the festival and they call us. And the first time I should
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello. I think ma'am is not online, so we'll wait 42 minutes for the ma'am. Maybe there's
yes.
some technical glitch.
Yeah, it is
Aruna,
now.
ma'am?
Am I audible right now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can speak now.
Yeah. So the very first time, the forest department, after one HM member, I opened another outlet with the collaboration with the forest department in the Getalsur Dam. This will be the first tourist place will serve exclusively there in the the Getalsur Dam area. This is the very tourist area part nearby the capital, only 40 kilometers away. With the collaboration of the forest department, we opened there the second Ajay member. The exclusively will you will have the local tribal cuisine there. Yes. Hello.
I think somebody is asking the question. Please feel free to ask questions. I request to the audience.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening.
I'm Sahil, and I'm from Punjab. And over here, I have a lot of traditional foods I'm eating, and I have a lot of friends in Jharkhand also. So I know about tuska, papada. So can you explain me about more traditional food? What are you basically eating in Jharkhand?
Yeah. Yes. Duska is a all-time favorite for across the Jharkhand, and apart from the Jharkhand, the Delhi people, the other state people, they also very much like the Duska also. Apart from Duska, we have the traditional pithas. Our the all tribal cuisine is based basically based upon the the rice based. So we have the rice ball, we rice ball and the pitha. Some rice ball is stuffed with the jaggery and the lentils. The lentils is the very much traditional, and that the black gram lentils. The pitha we call this the pitha. The definitely the chilka roti, the crepe, the rice flour crepe and the millet flour crepe, and the thapawal roti, the like jowar bajra roti, the thicker one. We just make with the hand and put in over the charcoal. So this is we call the thapawal roti, have with different chutneys or the seasonal, the saag like bajre ki roti or sarso ka saag. So we have also like that, and we have the traditional, the bamboo shoot material. We mix with the seasonal greens, the veg with the bamboo shoot, and we used to prepare the pickles also with bamboo. We dry the bamboo and we use with the dry fish, the local fish, mixing, tossing with the small bamboo shoot. We call this the hadwa. And definitely we have the crab, snails, and the ants egg, the non-veg item. And the different sags, we have the different, the green leaves and the flowers and the tubers also. So like that, and also the millet-based item, the very much popular, the crepe with the rice flour, crepe with the millet flour, and the little millet pitha, rice flour pitha, and the red rice, of course. Red rice with marjor. Marjor, it's marred with the red rice and putting the seasonal, the leaf, the dry leaves. It used to be our the green, and the method of the pork and the preparation of the beef item also, the very different from the other people. And the pork is very much popular among all tribals, isn't it? So this is all about our main tribal cuisine. And also the rice beer. The rice beer is very much common. People say this is the tribal, but the rice beer also taken very socially and the culturally, with through by our the grandparents and the parents. And the mahua, the forest produce preparation, the mahua bhapal, we call this the mahua, the full time meal, the mahua, the putka, like this. All are the all based upon the seasonal grains and the forest produce.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, welcome.
Hi, ma'am. Manoj this side. You just talked about the mahua. What is exactly mahua?
Mahua is the Maduka indica, the mahua flower, which
Okay.
people make generally the alcohol. The very much famous for the alcohol, making of the alcohol with the mahua flower. The English name is the mahua Maduka indica.
Okay, because I heard about this Mahua word from my Jharkhandi friends many time. I said, okay, Mahua, Mahua. I thought that is the name of some person, Mahua, Mahua. That's why.
No, no, no. Mahua actually basically very famous. People used to prepare alcohol.
Okay, like local type.
Local local drink beverages.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Manoj sir, for asking the questions. If anybody have any other questions, so please feel free to ask. I think all have done with the question answer session. So we would like to express our sincere appreciation for sharing your expertise and knowledge on tribal cuisine through your engaging and informative presentation now. Your passion for showcasing the rich culinary heritage of tribal communities is truly admirable, and we appreciate the time and effort you invested in creating such a wonderful presentation. Thank you once again for sharing of expertise and for introducing us to the fascinating world of tribal cuisine. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you and Johar to everybody.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
So we are thrilled to have such a wonderful and diverse audience joining us daily. We would love to know more about where you are all from. Can you please tell us which region or part of the country you are joining us from? So you can drop a message in the chat box and we'll get to see where everyone is joining us from. Please, audience. Wow, Delhi. DKD, sir. Thank you, sir. Aditya, sir, from Mohali. Manjot, sir, Chandigarh. Thank you, sir. Chef Verma, Mohali, Pathankot, Oxford College of Kalka, Hoshiarpur, Patna. Thank you, sir. Oxford College of Hotel Management, Bangalore, Karnataka. Wow. Chef Komal Jalu, ma'am, from Gulzar Group of Institutes, Gurprit, sir, Hoshiarpur, Jinim, Lake Nirvana, Haryana. Oh, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining this session.
रोहित सर आप म्यूट पे हैं रोहित सर वी कांट हियर यू
Sorry, ma'am. We are grateful for your active participation, engaging questions, and enthusiastic support. Without your involvement, the session would not have been the same. Thank you all for making this a successful and memorable experience. Thank you, everyone. And tomorrow we are having session with the chef Sudhir Sibal sir, and the second session with the chef Ashish Bhasin sir. And tomorrow's topic we have with the Sudhir sir, that is creation of future chef. And another session's topic is the lost Mughal cuisine. So tomorrow we are waiting for your participation again. Thank you, audience, once again. So tomorrow we'll meet again on same time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Good night.
Thank you.